So I want to start out with the mile-long list of injuries because everyone has been talking about it, and even Bednar has been talking about how it's hard to pull up guys from you guys any call-ups because you guys are so injured. 10 guys, 11 guys at one point. How are you guys approaching that? Is it just a day-by-day thing? How are we looking?
Yeah, of course. You're just evaluating really who's available, making the adjustments and making sure we have the necessary players available. Obviously, we've had to play short once, but that's part of it. That's part of this league. It's not easy to get people in short notice, and when you have a lot of injuries, it is what it is, right? So it's created some opportunities for other people, whether they've taken advantage of them or not kind of varies to the person, but it was sure nice to have some of the guys that were injured, like Taylor and Fella, back in the lineup tonight.
And speaking of Taylor, he made an immediate impact within a couple minutes of coming back in. And was there some type of pep talk that you guys gave him because 3 points tonight?
No pep talk. I mean, he's found a niche. Like you see the speed early. He makes some plays on some goals where he's getting to the inside. He was just excited to play. I think it's very difficult this time of year, with how exciting it is. The crunch time, all the things. These are games you want to play. So when you're at home and you got to watch your teammates go, you can create some excitement, and I thought we've seen that in his game today.
Some unfortunate incidences with Wyatt going into Game 1 against San Diego last weekend, and with his injury to his upper body. Kevin had said that it wasn't faring so well. How is he looking?
Yeah, I mean, he takes a puck up high, and those things, they can be sensitive anytime they're injuries to the face or anything like that. And then, things are involved where you're trying to do right by the player, right? So you want to make sure he's at full health. You want to check all the boxes because there's a lot of things, and it's scary anytime he gets hit high like that with a shot. So we're just making sure he's all right so that when he's out there, he can contribute and not be a danger to himself or anybody else.
And was he the one who kind of actually said, I want to go the next game?
Yeah, that's Wyatt. He's doing everything he can for the guy next to him. And it was very impressive. An incredibly high character thing like that. That wasn't a decision that Ammo made for Ammo. So he went out there to do it for the guys because we didn't have any bodies. So he's doing it to help his group out, and I think it speaks to the incredibly high character that he has.
And I know Alex had gotten hurt same game, and Kevin was also asking what would be the time frame on him.
Yeah, we're not really sure. That's a day-to-day thing too, right? An upper body this time of year. You try not to put timelines on anything. You just want everybody to heal up, and when they're ready, get in the lineup and contribute.
Are there any players that could be possible reinforcements for tomorrow?
Yeah. Again, we'll work with Strex on that. He's working as hard as he can. He's taken a little bit of water in that room, but he's working to get guys back, going through the rehab protocols. And again, we want, when they're back, that they can contribute, not that they're just, a warm body out there. So when these guys are healthy, they'll get their opportunities.
There's a lot of fight from San Diego, push back in the second and certainly late in the third. How did you see this one unfold?
Yeah, I didn't. Our start was fine. Sometimes when you're on a long road trip, the first one back, it takes a little bit. I hated the start to our second period, made the adjustment there with the timeout, and then I thought our game got better. I thought some urgency got better. Our power play steps up with a big goal, and we start the second the same way we started the first up one. So, we're in a good spot, and then, you get the separating goal and, a couple penalties and things are, you're not making excuses for it. We have to find a way. We have to find a way. With under 4 minutes, a 2-goal lead at home, we need some people to make some plays. There's various, if you go back through those 3 minutes, times for us to end the game and times for us to make a play, and we just don't. And I have to find some guys at the end of games that can get the job done.
It seemed like Alex Barré-Boulet was a really key player in that overtime period. What was your assessment of his night?
Yeah, he's our best player, and he's been our best player for a while. And through his actions, it looked like he was not willing to accept losing. And, there's a whole veteran rotation thing. He's not a part of it. When you play like that and you separate yourself from your peers, I'm not taking that out of the lineup. So he's earned that right to stay in. And I thought he was outstanding. I thought at the end of the game, he was doing everything in his power to win the hockey game. And he was dragging guys into the fight. And to be quite frank, we need more veteran players to play like him, to drag more guys in and show the way.
Can you talk to me about the emphasis on back-end contributions tonight? I'm sure that's something you want to see from your players every night. Was that deliberate to create those opportunities from distance and get some bodies in front for screens?
Yeah, part of our game plan most nights is to get a lot of shots on net. And it just happened that the pucks went in tonight. But I thought under the circumstances with two, relatively new players to our team, one guy in his debut, in the American League, we taxed some of those guys pretty heavily. And some of the plays at the end, it's not on them. They're 27 plus minutes for a couple guys. The tax was high, but I thought their contributions from the guys that played a lot were really good.